It's 2000.
Welcome to the Jira Life, the place to find news, events, and interviews with the Atlassian Community's movers and shakers. Join our hosts, Alex, Dr. Jira Ortiz, and Rodney, the Jira guy Nissen, as well as the Jira amigos in the Peanut Gallery, as we sit down and discuss the latest going on in the Atlassian ecosystem. Because we didn't choose the Jira Life, the Jira Life chose us.
Hello, Jira amigos.
What happened to... Oh, there we go. It's like
I'm here.
the QuizMaster likes to make his reveal like every time.
Ooh.
He does.
No,
Which is funny
that's
because
Andy.
he's on the intro of every show.
He is. I can poke him. It's real. It's not just a silhouette that we use in the video.
Oh, is that what that is? See, newcomer over here. I'm like, he is? What have I been missing?
We just saw it 15 seconds ago, Sarah.
Yeah, back then I had longer hair when I didn't have a kid, Sarah.
I gotcha. Well, see, again, but you said silhouette, so, you know.
On my
Sajit,
Toto list, that's a mile long, update that video and our outro is on there.
Are you going to kick me out of that video? What?
Yeah, heck yeah.
No, we're not going
Just wanna go.
I'm just going to update the picture to something more
Yes.
current.
Yeah, more people. More people.
We could sell space on there, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I like where Sarah's thinking that. We can sell space.
Yeah.
I don't know. We at the TGO crew, I'm sorry, Sajit, we can't share anything just yet, but we got an email this week from Atlassian that means we might have to put someone else up there.
Nice.
We might have to do a little something with that. But Sajid,
Yeah.
what brings it to the land of the rich here, man? Irvine is like one of the wealthiest cities in all of Orange County.
Yeah, I mean, Dave said so. We were basically doing some like a train to team 25 kind of a deal, and we got like 3 cities in India and 2 in US plus Anaheim, of course. And we said, yeah, we'll make a thing out of it. So we clubbed it in a way that it occurred right before Team 25. So yeah, we did an event in Austin a couple of days back, and now I am in your city or your plus Brian's city. I don't
You're in
know.
my county.
Brian.
You are in my county of Orange County. But I'm telling you, man, I'm too poor to do Irvine. One, you don't actually own your property, your land in Irvine. All physical ground is owned by the city. You just lease from the city. You own your building, but not the ground, which is the only city in Orange County that does that. 2, like I said, right? You're in the $500,000 a year salary just to be able to afford live there comfortably. Unless you moved in the 80s when life was cheaper.
But you don't have to do all of that for just attending an event. So maybe
No, you definitely don't. But you do got to deal with a lot of traffic because everybody, Irvine is technically Orange County's tech hub, right? So Rivian's in there, Amazon's there, Google's down there. We have a variety of different tech companies that are based out of Irvine or have an office in Irvine. So a lot of tech, a lot of engineering, a lot of people. And then of course, one of the best UCs in out of the UC system is UC Irvine, right there as well. So a lot of highly trafficked area.
Nice.
Also, one of the very few places in Southern California where you got to pay to drive because there's a lot of toll roads in Irvine. You don't have a lot of tolls everywhere else, but Irvine's definitely got tolls.
I don't think you're going to get a lot of sympathy from some segments of the U.S., especially Florida.
We don't. It's just rare, right? We don't have to pay to go on the road, but Irvine's one of those places where you got to pay.
Yeah, like back in India, like tolls are pretty common. Like any good road that you will travel, it'll have tolls.
Yeah, no. Southern California, most of our freeways are actually free. You normally pay to bypass traffic, but Irvine's very unique that it has 4 or 5 toll roads that are very, very unique to Irvine. But like I said, there's so much industry in Irvine that there's just so much traffic. Like that's what I was telling. Like for folks that are gonna go to the bash party, like you gotta leave an hour before bash starts just to get out of there on time because even though it's only 20 miles out, it's gonna take a minute to get out of Irvine because everybody's leaving Irvine.
Bash. You're saying Bash. Bash is in the convention center, right?
It is, right, but the Trello party is in Newport Beach.
I think he meant the Trello Con event.
Well, I was saying to get back to Bash, you have to
from Trello. Okay.
From Trello Con, you'll have to leave. You'll have to give yourself more time to get back, otherwise you're going to be very late to Bash. Everybody's leaving.
You say very late. I hear fashionably late.
Fashionably late. There's people making fun of me for being 2 minutes early to my own podcast.
75 seconds. Trust me, I was counting down.
Yeah.
So I guess I got to go. Maybe I got to, if I didn't have all this work that I have to do before I leave for an entire week.
Yeah, that's right. We should do another episode next year of how to survive the week before going.
Yeah, I'm having to like preemptively do everything because I'm telling everybody I'm out of pocket all next week. Like I'm out of pocket tomorrow.
My biggest question is Anaheim going to be the next year's location as well?
It
is.
So
it's a 2-year contract.
So it will be. It's a 2-year contract. Yeah. So whatever learnings you have, you just update them.
That being said, I need you guys and anyone else, Jeremy, to do me a massive favor.
Not gonna happen.
Convince the team
that
they fought after the Anaheim contract.
Not gonna happen.
Needs to go to Atlanta.
Not gonna happen.
I mean, Alex, you keep saying that, but you've had your turn. It's now my turn.
Yeah, I didn't choose this life. They chose me.
And speaking of didn't choose, be sure you get to pick and choose when you take backups with our sponsor Revise.
Yeah, you don't want to be left without a backup. And it's important that we get our backup, our sponsor's name correct.
I still got to get that soundboard set up, so every time we do a sponsor call, it does a ding.
Yes.
Money's on pass. Yep. And he just doesn't have luck with the timing and scheduling of these events.
I know.
Well, and for all the admins out there, right? Make sure they've got their Revise set up for their backups for while they're gone.
Yeah. Because Jira will be breaking while you're out of office.
Oh God, wouldn't
that
You're gonna have to come back and just do a restore
Summit
from Friday.
Joke. Summit 2016. I was just outside the expo hall on a bench with my laptop fixing something that broke while I was there.
I remember. I remember catching Rodney going back like, just super stressed during Bash.
Oh, that was you remind me. Also, Team 23, it's the same thing.
Yep. 23.
I just have terrible luck if I'm managing a Jira instance while I'm at team.
So does Atlassian. Remember, like, what is it? Atlassian Team 22?
Yeah.
22.
Yep. 22, man. That must have been rough.
That's crazy. Yeah. I remember on a customer call, or like it was just before on a customer call, like I was like candidly speaking to somebody who's like, "Are you a team?" I said, "Yeah." "Can you pass on a message?" I said, "Not verbatim, but if you tell me, I'll like change the words and I share that feedback."
Oh man, yeah. Well, Atlassian needs some revised backups. So Sajit, you are here, and I think we need to address the elephant in the room. What happened with the QuizMasters and the Rodneys and the Kings?
This was the year of new players.
I suppose it's about time I came on for this, right?
Yeah, we should bring Bob in if we're going to have this conversation.
I just wanted a trash talk behind his face.
It's okay. Like, see, I as a quizmaster, I can't pick favorites, but of course the like first year's final winner, second year's semi-finalist had like very high ratings for everybody. I shouldn't put this on Bob, but I feel like the reduced timing had a lot to do with that.
It actually did, and this was actually a case of the one who insisted on the reduced timing was actually me.
Yeah,
truth be told, because there was a work conflict, and I needed to make sure that I was there for that work conflict. So I couldn't do a full hour.
Yeah.
And it was hard to kind of schedule both myself, Rodney, Jens, and Oliver from the eventual season 3 champions, the Hamburg Drop Beer Club. Is it Beer Club or Bear Club? Because I've seen it.
Yes.
I think it's Bear Club.
I think it's yes.
BEAR, right? Yeah.
Okay. So as in the animal and not the drink. I'm not.
Yeah.
I think with heavy enough accent, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I will tell you, there are times when you're a veteran when game recognizes game, and they definitely had game. You cannot get into a deficit with them, as Rodney and I found out, and as Dave and Michelle, I guess how he pronounces his name,
Michaela.
Okay, from Guessing Gurus,
yeah,
in the finals.
I mean, I've said this before, especially during some of our victories. QuizWiz always comes down to what questions do you pick? Do you pick the questions you know or the questions you don't know? Because that can make or break you. And me and Bob this round had terrible luck with questions.
Yeah.
About everyone we picked, we were like, we don't actually know this. And everyone that the Hamburg group picked, we knew.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one that was melancholy that I still remember because I'm like, I know my Greek. I know my Greek mythology. I know all this. I know this answer immediately. And I just had to try and keep as much of a poker face as I'm capable of because I don't have one.
Yeah.
And like, please let them not figure this out. And they literally figured out with the last 5 seconds. And I'm
last 5 seconds.
Screaming internally.
And we had a sliver of a chance by the time it got to the speed round. It's one of those where we had to they had to completely blow the speed round, and we had to just do what we usually do in the speed round and get most of the answers. And that
I have a feeling that you were not on your best as well, Bob, because somewhere in the back of your mind you were thinking about your next meeting that you had to jump in 6 minutes.
Yeah. There was a lot of that.
Yeah, that pressure is never a good thing for a quiz trivia match, that I have to jump on a call in 6 minutes and like context switching in that
Try
manner.
showing up to semifinals without your partner.
We are aware.
That'll clear your mind.
Oh yeah. So now officially Nita is the only person who has never lost in quizzes, by the way.
Who?
Last year I misspoke
my
about
partner? Yeah.
Bob. Yeah, last year's partner.
I love Dita. I haven't seen or heard from her since she changed her job last April, so I don't even know if she's coming to team at all. I'm hoping she is.
And he does bring up a good point here. I mean, I made the call that I was okay enough. I wasn't okay, but I was okay enough.
That was your official first public appearance after your surgery.
I can't believe. I mean, excuses. All I'm hearing at the end of the day.
No, I mean, we still lost.
From somebody who didn't participate.
I was protesting.
And by the way, like, I don't know how many people in the Jira Amigos know, Alex was supposed to be a quizmaster in the previous round with the Jira Avengers. He just didn't get up in time to join the
Oh no,
stream.
I was awake the whole time. Nobody put anything on my calendar. Who sends an invite and doesn't send a follow-up?
Wow, nice.
Sarah's raising her hand. I'm going to change the subject just for a little bit here with something.
No, he had a question.
With a question that she put on there.
Is there a live version for Teams? Should there be?
Which actually makes me wonder. You, Mr. Quizmaster, do have a session at Team.
I do. This is my first session at Team 25. After 7 years of failed submissions, I have finally been accepted by the blessing of the certification queen, Joanna. I think it was her name. got me into the session. That's what I do. But
and I think that's probably the key this time around is get an Atlassian to be one of the presenters.
Not just any Atlassian, right? Like I know people, and like even in my organization, there were sessions submitted with Atlassians. But like it just the stars aligned is what I would say. Andrew and like Joanna, they were kind enough to push for me and bat for me, and like this is my officially first session. I've got that laundry list item that I had for a long time to be a speaker at team is now officially going to be completed next couple of days. I'm going to be conducting the Are You Smarter Than a Jira Admin quiz in person at team this year.
Well, that's exciting.
And the fun part, which like I think I can share this, is as with the live version, of course, there would be certification vouchers for the top 10 people. And the next day, if you are like anybody who attends the session will also get a discount code, no matter whether you make it to the top 10 or not. If you attend the session, you get a discount code, I think somewhere around 50 or 60 or something like that, some discount code to give an exam, any ACP exam as well.
Look at you rolling with the high rollers again.
I mean,
says the person who's also a speaker this year.
Yeah. Alex, when is yours?
Alex is that rebel kid who just doesn't want spotlight, but also wants the spotlight, and is there, but like will crib about it as well.
He's
like,
trying to be cool.
Saying, he's trying to be cool. Like, you community leaders are always this and that. And then he becomes a community leader. And then he's like, oops, what do I do now?
Well, you know what kind of stopped that was when he got that award last year.
Yeah.
And he was like creator of the year. It's just like, okay.
You can't complain anymore. You're not allowed to.
Although, aren't they adding a spam award this year to the best spammer?
He's a shoe-in.
Not wise words for someone who's going to be sleeping in my house.
I do think, Sarah,
I'm going to make sure there's no toilet paper in your bathroom.
Are allowed.
What's allowed?
By the way, I've never had a guest before. Am I supposed to have like towels and blankets and pillows for you that I got to go shopping tonight for?
Or just tell me now and I'll pack them. It's cool.
I just don't. We never really had a guest. Bob, what are you bringing with you?
So can
I'm bringing a tent with my cot and sleeping bag.
Apparently.
All right. So now it's the Survive a Night at Alex's house survival guide.
So when it's a team 25 survival guide, we're actually talking about like the first 24 hours after
before team, right?
Get into at Alex's house. I'm gonna have to make sure I have my axe and my knife ready. So
you gotta sleep with that.
Chop
that lock underneath that pillow. Oh man, you guys kid around. I don't live. I mean, if I lived in Irvine, then I'd be like, forget it. You can just no crime at all. I think Irvine is one of like the safest cities in all of Orange County, if not like all of California.
So Alex is telling us we live out. He lives outside the red zone. So
I'm hearing this.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Again, I'm from St. Louis. St. Louis is awesome, but we have a reputation, so I'm good.
So it's an interesting tidbit that Alex, as part of his survival guide, he did have to let us in that from time to time there are some ultra low frequency occurrences that happen in the California area.
I was like thinking about it the other day. I was like, because my house tends to rattle from time to time. I'm like, wait, because this is nerve-wracking for me. Like it jolts me up every time. I'm like, wait, I got a bunch of people coming over that probably never felt the ground shake.
Oh no!
You know what it was? I was watching
2017.
Bones.
I did.
No, I was watching Bones last night, and there's an episode where they're in DC and there's like an earthquake, and they're like, oh, it's just an earthquake, and they're like, it doesn't earthquake in DC. And it dawned on me, I'm like, wait, the majority of the world doesn't have the ground shake from time to time. This is something I just grew up with. So I'm like, maybe I should post. But then I was kind of like, I didn't want to post because I've already freaked everybody out with the red line. So I'm like, I don't want to freak people more out. But our ground will shake.
Sean's putting his life in his own hands. Sean might, the Ace event at Irvine might be a good event for Sean to go to if he's going to be outside the red line.
Indeed, if he can afford the toll roads.
That's true.
Hey, it'd be like $15 for me to go and come back in toll roads.
Man.
All right, but you do have some survival tips.
Me or Sajit?
And
how would I have survival tips for Irvine?
Yeah, you're not the
The
neighbor.
only survival tip
You
I
listen
have
to the
is
point,
stay
though.
inside.
You don't need a survival tip for Irvine. Irvine's like the safest city in like Orange County.
Okay, so let's talk about Anaheim then.
Yeah, Anaheim's a whole different beast, folks. There's the rich people Anaheim, and there's the poor people Anaheim, and the convention centers and the poor people Anaheim. There's an Anaheim Hills. So very true story. I was house shopping about a year and a half ago, and my wife and I, we went to Anaheim Hills, which is still considered just Anaheim. And we pulled up to this neighborhood. I swear, I got my kids out of the car. I'm like, nope, get back in the car. We do not belong in this neighborhood. Was so quiet, so pristine, so pure. And then we're, of course, driving past like a $2 million house. And I told my wife, like, not even close to our budget. Let's just keep driving. So we went down the hill and we made it back to the common people.
Common people.
The comfort zone.
Comfort zone.
The King's Landing and the...
I mean, the zip code, I mean, the street will change the zip code, and in that zip code, the difference is enormous. You'll see it in Orange County a lot. But you got to venture. So the area around Disneyland and around Anaheim, it's very interesting. I'll say that.
Elaborate.
You have to.
No, I mean, so first of all, you should know that when Disney came, right, to buy everything around Disneyland, when he bought Disneyland, he sunk all his money into buying the property that is today Disneyland, right? And everybody bet against him. Disneyland was supposed to be an utter failure, right? But because he ran out of cash, he couldn't buy anything else. So all the land, unlike Disney World, where when you go to Disney World, it's all part of Disney. Everything outside of Disneyland is not owned by Disney, right? And so there's a lot of there's no consistencies with everything, right? So everybody else gobbled up the land around it, and so you can kind of see that. And so it's not as pure or pristine. So if you've ever been to Disney World and you come into Disneyland, it'd be like you're in for a culture shock. It's very, very different. Disney, of course, had a crap ton of money in the 70s and then was able to buy Disney World and buy a lot of it. So they didn't make that mistake. But Disney did get the short end here. So there's a lot of apartments, right? There's a lot of housing right up against, like, there's some houses that can walk to Disneyland because it's maybe 500 feet away.
I felt we had to bring this up because this is Alex's famous red
I
line.
will tell you, folks, I will tell you. So to the left where it says Best Western Pavilion there on that left side, right there was a shooting like 4 nights ago. And all I know, the only reason I know is because I follow the What's Crackin' in OC Instagram channel, which I gotta show it to everybody. You guys should watch this because you'll see all the incidents that happen around Disneyland every night. If you want a fun time, get that app or follow that channel on Instagram. They always post like all the accidents and shootings and everything that's going on in Orange County.
So
very positive podcast today, by the way. Let me just say it.
I was about to say, let's
red
shift
line
this into a more positive attitude. Let's talk about teams itself. Surviving teams.
Crews,
What do you need to know?
Tape. Bring gaffer's tape. Right? Bring medical tape. Bring ointments for your feet. Because you will have more blisters than anything else in the world.
I mean, that's my top advice every year is do not bring loafers, do not bring heels, bring comfortable walking shoes.
Yeah. Bring really, really comfortable shoes that you've worn in. You do not want to be breaking out a new pair of shoes for teams. You want the comfortable, the most comfortable shoes you can have. But last year I had to wrap my feet in gaffer's tape just to kind of make it through the rest of the teams, because every step I took, there was a tear coming out of my eye. And there's 20,000 steps a day that you got to take.
Was that the reason you were not dancing during the team leaders dinner?
That night was rough. That night got rough. I kind of crawled my way back to the hotel that night.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. Shoes, like I think you ask anybody who's been to at least one or two teams, they would say the same thing. Shoes, first thing. The second would maybe a lip balm or something like that. But my
Not
top
here.
list
You won't
item
need it
is
here.
jacket. Like you need to have a jacket because the ACs will be blasting on full. And
You'll want a jacket here because our temperature differentiation is really drastic. So it'll be 80 degrees in the day, but it will be in the 50s at night. And it's a
yeah,
very cool wind. You always have that ocean breeze in Anaheim. And so you're gonna want to bundle up. So if you are naturally a very cold person, like you really don't want to bring an extra layer because it'll be very cold. It'll feel very cold for you. For me, just a light sweater is enough, but it's not gonna rain, so thankfully. So it's not cold, but you will be chilly at night, especially if there's a lot of rooftop parties or you're doing events outdoors or getting from events. Because also, unlike Vegas, right, you're gonna spend a lot of time outside, getting to and from places. It will be chilly at night, so expect 50s in the night.
So Lina, our executive producer here at TJL, posted something a few minutes ago that is the second thing I always encourage people to bring.
Empty luggage.
Empty luggage.
Do it while Southwest still lets you do it.
A, do it while Southwest still lets you do it, but B, it's not coming home empty.
Yeah.
And there's been times I've been the night before when I'm trying to pack everything up before I have to go to the airport, figure out what I need to leave behind to get under the weight limit.
Yep, I've done that too. But I've also known people who've bought a new suitcase because they just won something.
Sean has done that.
The raffle.
Sean Doyle told me he did that before.
I've again 6 or 5 teams summits before that have never won anything. I've won, but I've not been at the booth to claim it. Then those people retroactively will tell you, "Oh, by the way, did you know you won like a Xbox?" Like, well, don't tell me. If you didn't give it to me, don't tell me. Don't make
I personally, because I am on the podcast and I have a presence, I don't enter raffles anymore. And every partner is like, well, why not? I'm like, okay, what's the first thing everyone's going to say when you say the Jira guy won something?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you submit under your alias.
So this year, since you won't be there, maybe we will just write your name in a slip and just put it there.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk around everybody that has like some sort of raffle and just put the Jira guy in there.
Yep.
I would laugh.
That would be
I would laugh,
something for...
especially if you guys bring a cardboard cutout and just have that claim the prize.
Again, we're doing, I almost said Beelzebub, but it's not. Bob, help me. You know the name.
Bob and Sarah, we're gonna have to do a little Hobby Lobby run when you guys come on Saturday night.
Yay. I'm down. Look at me. I'm like, yay. Hobby Lobby week. Okay, hang on though. I need a minute of swag therapy, I said. So we were talking before the show. Wearing a shirt here from 2018. My challenge. Now I know Alex's, how he deals with some of it. But like, who do I say goodbye to pieces, right, that have Charlie on them that I've had since, like 2014, 15, 16. I just showed my blanket, which is at least 10 to 12 years old. Like, how do you say goodbye to the swag to make room for the new swag? What do I do?
You get rid of new swag.
You do what I did for Christmas.
Give it away, or give away the new swag as presents and keep the old stuff.
Yeah.
Keep the stuff you give away, the stuff you didn't like. You do Christmas gifts. Like, we had so much fun. The kids just loved it. They're like multi-charger USB cables. They'll never use it, but they loved it.
Which, can I go on a little side journey with you for just a second?
It's Jira Life. It wouldn't be a Jira Life without a side journey.
for your Christmas, do you guys know about Amazon mystery boxes?
I've heard something about it, but never got one.
So I got mine at a flea market, and I just got like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 like little studio lights in it. So I got a bunch of lights in it. I got ring lights. Mine happened to come with all kinds of little techie stuff in it. And I was thinking about you, Alex, because that's what you do next year is you just get a $50 Amazon mystery box and then start doling it out like the swag. And I was like, I could just grab one of these and it's like, here's your random swag and we'll just slap stickers on it. Because you never know what you're going to get. Something cool
you never know. But yeah, the empty suitcase, definitely bring the suitcase. If you're a community leader, I would say the award ceremony, people tend to dress up nicely for the award ceremony. I got the memo, but I was too lazy to walk back to the hotel. So you may or may not win something. You may or not be on stage with shorts. So
I'm not winning.
I mean, my opinion, wearing a TJL shirt, hint, hint, is the epitome of dressing up for the community awards dinner. So get them now while you guys can.
Mine is packed in my carry-on bag so that it can't get lost, and I have it when I get there. It's like in the most special place already, which is why it's not showcased today, because I hear you, Rodney.
I think we're definitely have to do a Hobby Lobby run on Saturday night because I need to make another 1 or 2 shirts.
Can I bring a dress and we'll put it on a dress? I do like a dress.
Sure.
Let's start a whole new...
I got the heat press. I got the colors. I got everything ready to go.
Nice. We're doing that. That'll be fun.
We'll have a arts and crafts night, and as we're, I mean, it's not like we're gonna watch paint dry as we're smoking all the meat.
You should have just left that with like smoking, and then let everybody wonder. Say yes to the dress. I love that. Get a whole new swag.
Yeah, a new one for you guys. There's some laws that you should be aware of. One, we don't have plastic straws. So all your straws, if you get a straw, be ready for it to just disintegrate on you before the drink even touches your tongue.
How great would it have been if somebody gave out straws?
What?
Yeah.
I said this is why you pack a metal straw.
Yeah, so bring your own plastic straws or bring your own metal straws, but be prepared that if you're going to get a straw at a restaurant anywhere in Southern California, you're going to get a piece of cardboard that just disintegrates on you. So that's one. Two, we have taxes for all of our drinks. So any bottle that you get, don't throw it away. Find somebody who's recycling it because they charge you 10 cents a bottle. So everybody collects cans to make money. So most businesses will have a recycling section. So watch out for the trash cans, right? Your trash cans should have a proper aluminum recycling or glass recycling because you do pay 10 cents CRV for every bottle, including all alcoholic beverages. So it adds up.
That would be a nice way to make donations, by the way, but go ahead.
Yeah. And then the third one, if you go to the grocery store, you go anywhere, all bags are usually a 10-cent fee. So don't get, if you go anywhere and everybody asks you, do you want a bag? They're secretly asking you, do you want to pay more for the bag? Because bags are not free in Southern California.
Unless you probably go to Team and then somebody will be giving out bags.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Another little tip to save a little bit of money. If you're going to buy something, we have our sales tax. It's 10.5% in almost everything in LA. So if you can wait, buy it in Orange County and don't buy it in LA County because LA County is 10.5, Orange County is only 8%. So again, not a lot of savings, but if you plan on buying a lot. Sean, at the barbecue, my dad does have a place to collect all the cans, so we will be collecting cans at the barbecue.
Nice.
I've got a quick question since I haven't been in so many years. The years that I had going, they were giving out backpacks. Are backpacks still a thing for registrants?
No, not every year.
You'll be lucky if you can get a bag. You just get your badge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just get your badge.
Last year they didn't do it also. But like they did t-shirt for Atlas Camp. So I'm hoping maybe they bring it back.
I don't think so. I haven't seen it the last two teams. I will tell you that if you are a vendor and you're giving out bags at team, that's the first group I tend to hit up.
Yeah, you're going to be popular for giving out bags.
Bags and straws, people. Bags and straws.
Yeah. Bring your own plastic bags. Bring your own plastic straws because you ain't going to find them in SoCal. And if you do, you're paying for it.
Yeah, Bob's making a good point. Community leaders usually get bags. Every year, a different set of bags.
I'll also tell you, folks, utensils, condiments at restaurants, you have to ask. It's illegal in the state of California for a restaurant to give you a paper, like a napkin. It's illegal for a restaurant to give you ketchup. You have to ask. It's illegal for a restaurant to give you water. You have to ask.
Just about to ask.
Yeah, you have to ask for water. Like, I mean, technically they can give it to you. Some of them do, but it is against the law to just have water available, to just have ketchup, napkins, condiments, all that stuff. You have to ask for it. So welcome to California.
I used to work on websites, and I remember all of the extra things, warnings and things we had to put on it. And obviously every tag, extra California warnings. And this is just living up to that.
Yeah. Don't lose your catalytic converters either, because those are very expensive in California.
Nice.
Maybe I'll come home with a few extra.
Sarah, see, this is why Anaheim is a dangerous city.
So
Sarah's going to be going around with her sausage, just chopping up people's catalytic converters.
What else, Alex? What else?
What else? I don't know.
Wait, Rodney had something, guys.
Yeah, sorry, Rodney.
Ooh, what?
So I'm going to try and bring it back to a more positive footing, because that's apparently my job this episode.
We've been great tips, other than the fact that Sarah's got a little criminal history.
I mean, say what you will about St. Louis, but seriously, the expo hall, that's going to be the center of activity for most of the event. As an Atlassian creator, I know Alex has the same problems. Sajit, I think I've seen you have the same problem, where we want to go to sessions, but we can't seem to make it out of the expo hall to go anywhere.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
But with that said, do keep in mind, folks, there is a second floor where there's a lot of sessions happening. So make sure you make your way up to those sessions, because 2 out of 4 people here will have a session. So, are you going to be upstairs too? I'm on a room, or are you going to be on the floor? Were you?
I think it's on the learning lounge. I don't know where that is.
Okay.
So maybe it might be on the expo hall itself. I actually don't know.
No, I got my room the other day. Andrew to me. Yes, I'm in the
Nice.
I'm on the second floor.
Okay.
So keep in mind, like, Atlassian does not do a very good job at advertising where those sessions are at.
Oh yeah, of course.
So they're just keep in mind there is a second floor you're going to want to go to.
So we do have a question here from the community that I think we need to discuss. Will there be charges available, and are power banks allowed to bring into the venue?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I wanted to say there was something on the prospectus for potential sponsors about a power station. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm also be very dubious about plugging in a device that has my entire life on it into a random USB port. That being said, Alex, is probably more a question for you, but I don't see why a power bank wouldn't be allowed.
Power banks are definitely available. It's more of an airplane thing, right? So your power banks, when you're traveling, you might want to talk to your airline, because some you got to check in, some are carry on only. So figure that out. I think that's more important. You can bring in power chargers or power banks and power chargers into the venue. In fact, I'm going to have a very big one just to run the show.
I also think it might be a little necessary, because my phone goes fast during Teams.
Yeah, definitely bring one. If you're not planning on bringing, your phone will be dead by 11 p.m. And that's usually when you're going to need that Uber back. So,
yeah.
Bring that, or at the very least, bring a charger itself so that you can plug in. There's going to be outlets everywhere. But not having the chargers half the problem. So last year, there was one of the gals from was it Server Rocket, Australian lady. Remember her, Rodney? I'm looking.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm just.
She's inviting. She's the gal that's inviting us to go to Australia in October. Caroline, I think is her name. Caroline.
Are we even invited to go to Australia? That's news to me.
Yeah. So she ran out of juice, and so I luckily had a USB-C cable that we plugged into my laptop just to give her juice. So come prepared, and especially like there's just so much using of the phone. If you're going to Disneyland too, you're really going to need it, because you really need your phone just to do anything at Disneyland nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, totally legal to have. Just check your airline, check how you're going to get that over here.
Get it there.
And if you're going to buy one, again, don't buy it at the airport in LA or any store in LA. Drive down to Orange County and buy it at an Orange County store, because you'll save some money there.
Yeah, we need your map to include like here's the CSV or here, here's the shop you go to buy all the things.
Maybe a purple map which says here you can buy foods and groceries.
I gotta tell you guys a funny
Blue,
story.
it's not red, but
I gotta tell you a funny story. My wife is like, she's been like going through all this like, how am I gonna feed the kids and like what are we gonna eat and stuff? Because I'm gonna be well fed at the conference, right? And I'm like, Lina, you realize this is our city, right? Like the Target is across the street that we go to on a normal basis. Like this isn't Vegas. Like we know where we're at.
Lina, I feel you. I totally feel that, right? You wouldn't be alone.
Like,
I'd be doing
city. I was like, my
same
little
thing.
cousins, like, I'm like, we can walk to our house.
How far is the convention center from your house?
The convention center front door to my house is 3.5 miles, and I'm 3 miles to the front door of Disneyland to the convention center.
Now, mind you, that's 3.5 miles. That'll take you 2 hours to travel on normal traffic.
Well, I mean, you're walking, right? So
yeah. At that point, it's even.
Yeah. But you do got to drive through the hood a little bit, so I wouldn't be driving.
Walking. You're going to be walking.
Yeah. I've never actually walked to Disneyland, mainly because you got to go over 2 major freeways, or the same freeway, but there's 2 bridges either way. And I'm like, I'm not doing that bridge. It's too big. The cars go way too fast.
Okay, so we've talked about what to carry. We've talked about what to wear. What else? Food?
So backpack, I'll say bags and backpacks. I would say travel. I'm trying to find the right words.
I wouldn't bring too many bags with you to bring to the convention center, but I'd bring at least one.
Yeah.
At least you can figure out the vendor that has one. You're going to be able to hold stuff in the meantime.
Right, but you might want to. Hopefully, you have a hotel close enough, right? Because your arm gets strained from holding this, right? Last year, my backpack, like for a month, I had this entire sidewalls on my back. Just had my backpack from all the rubbing the backpack did against my back. So you want to travel light as much as possible because you will pack on weight throughout the conference.
What I'm also hearing is maybe some Epsom salts that might be useful for people to like soak themselves.
It's a full body, like mental and physical and extraneous task here to attend team.
Who's gonna give away the bath bombs? There's an idea. We got all kinds of people coming to the conference. Somebody's gonna like a bath bomb.
Well, I guess we're hitting that hot tub on Friday night.
So I keep asking if I can bring balloons in to tie to you, Alex. You know I'm on this. I want this so bad. We're gonna tie balloons to Alex, so if anybody needs to know where he is, we can find him.
I don't know. So you're a partner, no? You're going as a partner. Yes. What are the rules for what can you bring and not bring into the expo?
To be honest, there's nothing specific like that. Like each year it has been very chaotic because I had to choose whether I was a partner or a community leader. But this year, I think for the first time, they've separated those things out. So Partner Accelerate had a different registration as well. So we get a badge, which is separate, I believe, or a lanyard at least, which is separate. So we wouldn't have to worry. So this is literally going to be my first year where I will experience being a partner. That means, entering the expo hall a little earlier.
Wait, last year you guys had a booth too, though, no?
We did, but like I was a community leader. I've always been a community leader.
I see.
I go and stand at the booth, but they don't let me enter. Just like my teammates get to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting a wristband to go in behind the scenes a little bit to help do some prep setup.
What he's saying is he's showing off he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
And he can break the rules.
Celebrity doesn't get invited to everything. I'm still sad.
You got invited to Fun Inc.'s deal.
Yeah, but I didn't sign up for the bowling.
That's on you.
And Adaptive is taking people to Star Wars the night.
Did you talk to Adaptivist?
I don't know anybody other than I don't even know. Wait,
you know someone from
Adaptivist. Why are you not taking me to Disneyland on Tuesday night?
But I don't. So Alex is, I think, one person you should not say this. Again, you're there. Why do you need partners and other people to take?
Because this is a special ticketed after dark event that goes until 1 a.m. This is not part of the regular Disney experience.
Thank you, Matt. They're saying you don't know anyone from Adaptivist.
Yeah, so
Another
this will be this will be a special ticketed event, Sajit.
So, Alex, I like a question out there.
Which one?
Given that we're in effectively some kind of beach community, I expect there to be some really cheesy surf-like shops out there. So where could folks go if they need a last-minute bash item? What do you suggest?
Ooh. That's a tricky one because Anaheim's not a beach town.
Well, damn it, make it a beach town.
But-
Just solve this.
I mean,
in
the beach
20
is
minutes.
the beach is 10 miles south, right? So I would suggest Huntington Beach is a close enough city to go and kind of look around.
How many hours is that going to take you to go that?
Well, you just go. I mean, from Harbor, you just go straight down. You
Not
just keep
the
walking
question I
south until you
asked,
hit water.
but Sure.
If you go 10 miles south from Harbor, you'll hit water in 10 miles. Although I should tell you that our coast kind of does this, and Anaheim's like it gets farther out, like it's not a flat thing. So
All right.
pick a street that gets you
I will say
closer.
this: if this is your first team event, and you're wondering what this bash thing is all about, do figure out what the theme is and plan a costume because everyone else will be.
You know, I will also tell you guys this one's kind of cool. So I'll drop this one. Anaheim Walmart. If you're coming to Disneyland, if you're coming and you like Disney's a big part of your life, like it is for me, do not. I mean, fight the temptation and the urge to buy Disney related items at Disneyland. If you go to this Walmart, which is only a few miles away from Disneyland, they have like a whole Disney section.
Nice.
And so you'll pay Walmart prices for, I mean, it's obviously not the best, or it's not the latest gear, but you can pick up Walmart memorabilia without having to break the bank. Because a Walmart's, I was gonna get a Jack's, I wanted a Jack Skellington's zipper hoodie, and it's $65. And the Mickey Mouse peace sign that I really, really want is like $85 for a hoodie. So they're very expensive. But you might be able to pick up Walmart gear for the family at Walmart a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Our producer brings up a good point. Why is this not a thing yet? You're supposed to be our teacher guy, Alex.
I mean, there's still time. We're gonna go on a Hobby Lobby run, and we'll print. We'll cut things up. The night is young.
But we need to have this on the Ape Tech store for people to buy.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have them at the event for people to get there.
So people can directly like find you and buy that. Like
Because they'll
you
have
just-
a balloon. Yes.
The
See
balloon.
how brilliant this is. By
I'm
the way,
gonna
I
be
was
like
doing
up,
Steamboat
man. I'm gonna
Willie.
fly away.
No, it won't because we're tying it to you. It's a whole thing.
Have you not seen Up? You tied all the balloons to the house. It took off.
Yeah, you didn't tie one balloon to the house and it took off.
Granted, I'm gonna need more than a couple balloons to get me off the ground.
We're not going to get you off the ground. They're just going to be like, there he is. I'm telling you.
One of the animators had like a master degree in mathematics and physics on Up and actually did the math and figured out to actually create enough helium balloons to float the house. The total volume of the balloons had to be like 4 times the size of what they showed in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Or they just got really good helium.
Bob and Sajid are calling me fat. Thanks.
No,
By
they're
the
calling you
way-
heavy.
So by the way, we will. We can't say a whole lot, but Bob and I will not be on the dance floor this time around.
No. I've alluded to this in some of the TGL posts on LinkedIn. I alluded to it at the start, but we did get an email from Atlassian. That means pretty much the entire TGL crew will be busy Wednesday night.
Post dinner, during dance club.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself. I'm gonna make a later appearance.
Hey guys, I need to drop for something. Bob, can you tag me in? Tag me out.
You just drop it, or just close your browser.
He's got an ace. He's got an ace to go to. Do you think we could get the
2 hours.
tantrum people the band? I think we should send them the TGL theme song and see if they can play it during Bash because that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Well, the TGL theme song has a copyright that we pay for to license, so I don't think that's going to fly.
But it
Sorry,
would
we
be
should make
cool.
our own theme song though.
I know people. Everybody knows people. We can get our own theme song.
We should get our own theme song.
I mean, we should, absolutely, but copyright scares me because you got to source everything and make sure you have a license for it. I've seen that bite people. Especially on YouTube.
Schmeagle stuff. Buzzkill. But you're absolutely right, of course.
It's part of my job to worry about this.
Yeah.
Bob.
Who's that?
I figure, there was like an empty spot, so I thought I'd.
So, Bob,
I'd
what's your best advice for someone going to team?
So I think it is a microcosm of healthy living. So basically, get enough sleep. I know it's challenging.
Who's getting enough sleep? Nobody's gonna get enough sleep.
I'm not even sleeping this week.
Every party ends like at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you did remember where I'm going to this thing the TJL's doing Wednesday night relative to my time zone, right?
Hydrate. Get plenty of water. I know that the water fountains or water refilling stations are probably going to be scattered throughout. It's probably best if you bring your own water bottle, stainless steel job or plastic job. And so make sure that you drink plenty of water throughout the day. Make sure you have plenty of time to kind of take a break from all that walking that you're going to do. So
that's what I was telling. Like Sarah and I were like trying to figure out what are we going to do Friday and Saturday, and I'm like, I kind of just want to lay down.
Right.
Friday, I imagine the answer to that's going to be Disneyland, and Saturday, I imagine the answer to that's going to be Disneyland.
No. I kind of just want to lay down. Friday morning, I'm going to Disneyland.
I mean, you got to use the season pass you keep bragging about.
Yeah, Friday morning, I'm driving home.
But yeah, so I don't know. Sarah and I got to plan out our dates for Friday and Saturday, but part of me just wants to go find a nice little place to lay down.
And I'm all good.
Sarah, it's easy to make plans right now, but you've been to Atlassian conferences, but you've never been to an Atlassian conference like this.
Or like with you guys.
Right. I know.
Yeah, you haven't been as a TGO crew yet.
Right.
I will say this. Teams is an incredibly social event. The reason that a lot of us keep going year after year is not so much the learning new and all that. That's all great. We really come for the community. So one of my top pieces of advice is have your LinkedIn profile, like the QR code you could get, printed out somewhere. So you could have people scan to get to your LinkedIn profile and connect to you.
Yep, big. I know Brittany tattooed it, and I'm dropping a video, I think, tomorrow on Team 25 tips, which I think that's one of the tips I included. But yeah, you will have to. It's really annoying, right? Like following up with people after. Bring business cards if you got them because they'll still work, right? But you want to be able to remember who the heck you're talking to and be able to follow up with them because you will. There's so many conversations from Team 24 that it's like, oh yeah, just let's chat after and
never got back to it.
Never got to it. So you don't want to miss out on those opportunities because there are going to be a huge number of opportunities like that.
Gosh, somebody who has an app that lets you make appointments through JSM could hand out freebies for just good for teams. That would be amazing.
Lori brought up something. I feel we need to qualify this with the manufacturers. She did, but it was a temporary tattoo. It wasn't permanent.
One that was also sweating off with all the walking she was doing.
Yeah.
I think she realized halfway through, she's like, this probably wasn't the best idea because it started peeling.
Alex, add to our t-shirts, right?
So I'm telling you, Sarah, as soon as you land, we're going straight to Hobby Lobby and we're getting stuff.
Yeah. And we'll start QR coding things.
QR code with like the website with our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You see, the YouTube channel doesn't. We'll want to have that, but we gotta add more stuff. Look who's back.
Oh my God. I need another meeting tomorrow then to know what to pack for myself. Because my packing does not. Oh.
Sir.
This is my current state.
There will be a events app specific for teams. Definitely download it. Definitely use it to keep track of sessions.
But it's a
and all
new
that.
app this year also, right? Like, have you guys checked out the new
I
app?
have not.
I don't plan on using it.
I'm not in all that because not going to be there. So
it's a new app altogether, Rodney. Not the same Atlassian events app. Like, so I'm on the Android, so I can tell you from there. If you go to the Play Store, the app is called Team Events and not Atlassian Events, by the way.
Okay.
Interesting thing. And it's not created by Atlassian as well. If you search for Team Events, it's created by Good Day Events LLC.
Well, they need to talk to those people to also set up the Wi-Fi at the expo.
Yeah, it says Good Day Events LLC, which is, I think, a very new thing because Atlassian is now trying to.
That feels like a subsidiary.
Yeah, that's the company of
course,
Atlassian.
Of course, it's as Australian as it could be. By the way, if you could just see Dave just walked by.
I saw
Hi,
it.
Dave.
Are you
Hi,
already
Dave.
in the? Are you already in the building for the Ace?
Yeah. No. We are still in the hotel. We are late people.
Hey,
We are hoping Alex will come and pick us up.
I gotta know if I'm getting eggs and bacon.
For what?
Yeah,
find that
Sarah
out.
wants to know if she's getting eggs and bacon. Do you wanna just join in? Maybe just put this on. There you go.
I'm gonna do my best, Sarah.
What's the deal with the eggs and
Is it
bacon?
JSM Masters, or I'm totally embarrassing myself?
You're
The
right.
breakfast? I'm embarrassing myself?
No, you are right.
Yeah.
I am
Sir,
right.
I gotta
Okay.
cook breakfast for you. What are you talking about?
So the JSM Masters, bacon and eggs, there was going to be a raffle for who's going to be able to attend or not.
Right.
And I don't know.
So
yet if
the
I-
restaurant only has capacity for 50 people, and I have 70 people signed up. So I'm gonna be pulling names from an electronic hat.
Okay, so I don't know yet.
You don't know yet, but I'm gonna do that. I was hoping to do it today, but I think it's gonna be tomorrow.
Gotcha.
I think there should be exceptions for TJL crew.
I'm
I'll
not
do-
saying that. He's saying that. But
Yeah, I'll do my best, guys. I'll do my best. I'm definitely going to make sure the names with ACL, with that, I think community leaders on them are going to be a little bit heavier and easier to find in the bag.
I have a little extra weight on
which
them.
does not include me, but that's okay.
You're a champion.
I'm a
Oh, yeah.
creator. That's right.
Yeah, creator.
it's the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
program.
Still-
Yeah, I'm something. Okay.
Sir, you're gonna have to catch me up on what the heck this means.
Oh, bro, what bacon and eggs mean?
I know what that means, but this event that you're doing.
So we're having the chapter called ITSM ESM Masters is a virtual chapter like this one. But we're having we got permission from Atlassian to have an in-person meeting at Team 25.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool because I keep having to miss them. So I'm so excited. I'm like, yay. Not only do I not have to miss it, but it can be in person.
It
but
can be in
only if I
person,
get
yeah.
picked.
And there's going to be no presentations. It's just a networking event. We've got some Atlassian execs coming. We've got some customers that they've spotlighted for JSM in the past coming. So it should be just a chance to meet people.
Cool.
So
Dave, you
Dave,
don't live in Southern California, right?
No.
while we have you on the Jira Life live, what is your top advice for people going to team?
Oh, so my top advice is to wear comfortable shoes, drink lots of water, and network. I mean, everybody says the same thing, right? But
Yeah.
but it's a great opportunity to meet other people in the ecosystem who have the same challenges that you do. So seek them out and spend time with them over lunch, over breakfast, what have you. Learn from your peers.
Awesome. Thank you.
Love it.
I love how everyone who we ask give advice, first piece of advice everyone always says is comfortable shoes.
Yeah, 100%. See, like these are all experiences, right? Like if you don't want blisters, comfortable shoes.
Shoes that I think you gotta tighten your shoes up. I think I was slipping in my shoes.
You
which is
are.
what caused me to.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, Christian and I had so I am a big Crocs lover, and last year Christian and I kept, our Crocs on top whenever we had to go out. But I didn't wear them on the expo floor, but this year it might change because the theme is bash for beach bash, right? So
Yeah.
what better way to enjoy beach than on the Crocs?
I'm in the app now. I'm super excited.
Yeah, right. It's a fun app. It's a better app than what it has been for the last couple of years. So I'm excited about that.
Connect on the app, but the app really only works for the event. That's
For
why I
the event,
still
yeah.
say connect on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
That's a more
100%.
permanent connection.
The app is now also giving QR codes, by the way, Rodney. Like you can have an app only QR code from where you can scan somebody and like message them on the app, those kind of things.
What I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
is
yeah.
I
There
printed
you
out
go.
before I even left home. I printed out stickers with my LinkedIn QR code, and then just to say how much of a nerd I am, my Pokemon Go QR code, and I put them on the back of my badge.
Nice.
So now I know tomorrow night I am writing a list of all the things because I leave Saturday morning. I feel like there's this clock ticking in my head right now that's going faster and faster. So Alex, I'm going to go out and buy some nice shirts, some t-shirts for myself to bring so that I can get my comfy shirts.
No, we'll just go to Hobby Lobby when you get here.
No, I'm going to bring but we're going to do it all. But like, I'm all particular about my shirts, man.
What do you need? So you're going to tag up your shirts with stickers?
No, oh, never mind. We'll talk later. Just saying. I'm freaking out is my whole thing right now. Is
Freaking out.
I'm like, it's happening. It's happening.
Welcome to going to a Teams event as a creator.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
freaking out. I got 45 people coming to my mom's house.
I know.
So I think we should
That
tell
is
the
a scary
wider.
thing. Yeah,
I think we should tell the wider Jeremigos about what's going on because we've referenced it like 3 times so far. Alex has graciously and his family has graciously offered to host a barbecue for all our past guests and supporters and such. And so we're doing a barbecue as TGL for our supporters. We early on talked about making it open to everyone, but considering it's at his family's house, that seems like a really, really terrible idea.
Yeah.
But next year, if there's enough interest in this, and please, if there is, put barbecue in the chat, #barbecue. But if there's enough interest and we can get a good sponsor or 2 on board, we'll definitely consider doing a public event.
Sajid's putting Sajid, do you have a tracking number on that shipment that you sent to my house?
I will message it to you. I think I do.
All right, because you're not making me feel good about where it's at. Wait till the last minute to ship stuff.
Yeah. So that's one of the prizes for the QuizMaster winners. We could only know about it at the last moment. It's custom made, right? Like I couldn't just say winners.
Yeah.
It had to say the Jira Genius, guessing gurus actually.
All right, well, that's the address I gave you is accessible. So I mean, worst case, we can just pick it up.
Yeah.
Or my little cousin can drop it off or something.
But
The whole family. His cousin is. I love that.
Well, everybody, my whole family works at Disneyland, so they all have to go to Disneyland every day, anyways. So they can just pick up the package from my mom's house and bring it with them.
Love it.
Nice.
well, we're at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Sajit, thank you for coming on, sharing your wisdom. We are
Wisdom.
we are all excited about next week, the event. Even Alex, who is our doomsayer, is excited. It said this is going to be an incredible event, and for us, it's all thanks to our sponsor Revise, who has our back and keeps us going,
And sending us a team.
and sending us the team.
We're gonna miss you, Rodney.
Alex, you got to get on these sponsor spots. You're the sponsor guy.
Yeah, I should go check my email.
But
All right, guys. Yeah.
yep,
Bye.
We're going to miss you, Rodney.
yeah.
Sajid, I'll let you know, man. I got 2 hours to get over there, and it doesn't
Yeah,
look,
go ahead. Just start driving right now.
it sure doesn't look bright for me here.
All right.
But as we say here on the Jira Life, we didn't choose the Jira Life. Jira Life chose us. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for listening to the Jira Life. Our hosts are Alex, Dr. Jira Ortiz, and Rodney, the Jira Guy, Nissen. You can find Alex on YouTube at 8Tech Tutorials, and Rodney's blog is found over at thejiraguy.com. Our producers are Robert King Bob Wen and Lina Ortiz. You can catch us live as we record this podcast every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at The Jira Life. Be sure to join us and our other Jira Amigos of the Peanut Gallery every week to ask your questions, let us know your comments, and just tell us what you're up to. But if you can't join us live, you can still catch the replay over on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell while you're watching. We're also available as a podcast over on Apple iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you listen to it and think it deserves a rating, we would very much appreciate it, as it will help others discover the Jira Life. Because we didn't choose the Jira Life. The Jira Life chose us.